Hello and welcome to Newsfeed, your daily dose of what people are talking about online, from news stories to what's trending. He was the first man in history to lose $200 billion from his net worth. He forked out $44 billion to buy Twitter, a company he said in November was losing $4 million a day. And his Tesla shares have tanked. He's no longer the richest man in the world. And now Elon Musk is on trial in San Francisco. If he loses, it could cost him even more billions in damages. The CEO of electric car maker Tesla is being sued following this tweet he posted in August 2018. In it, Musk says he was considering taking the company private and had secured the funding to do so. Later, on the same day, he tweeted what appeared to be advice to shareholders to either sell or hold their shares in the car maker. Following those tweets, Tesla's stock price jumped sharply and ended the day 11% up. But Elon Musk appears to have lied. Funding was not secured, and the company was not taken private. The shares subsequently tanked, and Tesla shareholders say they lost billions, and now they're suing. Opening statements in the trial were due to begin on Tuesday, but jury selection took longer than expected. During the process at San Francisco's federal court, one prospective juror described Musk as arrogant, unpredictable, and irrational at times. Another questioned his mental well-being, saying, "I think he's a little off his rocker." In the end, 9 jurors made the cut, 7 men and 2 women. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the case. Musk argues his tweets were based on conversations he had with backers from Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. He reckons they had a handshake agreement to take the company private. But in September 2018, the Securities Exchange Commission sued and subsequently removed Musk as chairman of Tesla as a result of his funding-secured tweet. In addition, he had to pay $20 million to the SEC, and Tesla had to fork out another $20 million. Last year, Musk's attorneys tried to move the trial from California to Texas. They fear the jury might be tainted after he sacked over 3,000 employees from Twitter's California workforce when he took over that company. The trial is expected to last about 10 days.
It's not a criminal trial, so it's a civil trial. They can call him as a witness, and obviously what he has to say is going to be very germane to whether the jury concludes that this was a material misstatement in his tweet. I think the deck is probably stacked against Musk, given that the judge has already ruled that it was a false statement, and that it's going to have to make a compelling case that this statement that funding secured wasn't material when it was roughly $70 billion of funding necessary for this buyout. So I would imagine that most investors would want to know if he was considering taking Tesla private, if he had the funds to do it.
In our last show, we reported on how artists are taking a class action lawsuit against generative artificial intelligence tools, Midjourney and Stability AI over plagiarism claims. Well, Stability AI is now facing another lawsuit, this time from the stock photo company Getty Images. Similar to the previous case, the main concern here is copyright. Getty says Stability AI copied tons of images from its platform to benefit their commercial interests, but to the detriment of creators. The company says it believes in the creative potential of AI, unlike the artists from the class action case. Getty Images did provide licenses to train algorithms before, but it looks like their main problem here is that they didn't get to profit this time around. Capitalism, the sole purpose of art, right? Well, of course not. I guess that's one of the reasons why it's so common to see creatives hating on AI across industries. Take the frontman of the Bad Seeds, Nick Cave, for example. A fan sent him song lyrics written in his style by AI chatbot ChatGPT, and the singer did not like it at all. In a very artistic newsletter, to say the least, Cave says the technology is still in its infancy and it will perhaps never get beyond that stage. He said the chatbot may be able to write a speech or say a sermon, but not write a real song, because songs arise out of suffering and algorithms don't feel. The artist believes this AI-generated song is a grotesque mockery of what it means to be human. He for sure feels strongly about this, huh? So tech outlet CNET's been embracing AI for a while now, but perhaps a little bit too closely. The news site is facing backlash after it admitted to using artificial intelligence to write some of its articles. Why were they using it though? Well, to test the limits of the technology and hopefully free up the staff to do in-depth pieces, apparently. But can we trust AI to write our news? Well, having to correct 5 errors in an addendum to that CNET piece might provide the answer. When ChatGPT first came out, we did our own tests. Our team asked the bot to write a news piece about the Crimean Bridge explosion back in October. ChatGPT first gave correct information, but then started to make up some details. Well, I guess it's too early to ditch us journalists. Well, despite the opposition, there's still a lot of love and demand for artificial intelligence, and in particular, ChatGPT. Ukraine's vice prime minister appealed to the OpenAI team to share the technology with the people of his country. ChatGPT services are not available in Ukraine. In fact, if you check on the list on their website, you'd see that countries like China, Afghanistan, Russia, Belarus, and Algeria are also not supported. When asked about this issue, the bot said it was not sure why it's not accessible in certain countries. Looks like a matter of the left hand not knowing what the right is doing, Just when you thought FTX's woes couldn't get any worse, $415 million has been stolen from the collapsed crypto exchange. FTX says the funds were looted in hackings carried out since it filed for bankruptcy on November 11th. From the total of $415 million stolen, $323 million was hacked from FTX's international exchange and $90 million from its U.S. platform. The beleaguered firm's admission of the missing crypto comes as FTX's new CEO said on Tuesday that its lawyers have recovered $5.5 billion in liquid assets, of which $3.5 billion is in crypto, $1.7 billion in cash, and $300,000 in securities. The money was held in FTX customer accounts or tucked away in other parts of the company. Since FTX's collapse, lawyers have been working around the clock to track down and recover assets to repay the firm's lenders and customers who lost billions of dollars. Customers have been unable to withdraw their funds from FTX since it froze its accounts in November. The platform was once the world's second biggest crypto exchange. That is, until it was hit by a sudden wave of customer withdrawals that it couldn't cover. Its co-founder Sam Bankman-Fried, who has since been charged with fraud, is accused of stealing billions of dollars from FTX users to pay debts at his other firm, hedge fund Alameda Research. Late on Tuesday, the exchange's co-founder SBF reiterated his claim that FTX US is solvent as it has always been. He continues to deny accusations of misusing customer deposits, attributing missing funds to mismanagement and his inexperience. The internet, though, isn't convinced.
Please ask SBF why he decided to steal my life savings. Please ask him if he thinks what happened was fraud.
I mean, I'm deeply sorry about what happened.
Was there commingling of funds?
I didn't knowingly commingle funds. Yeah.
When did the commingling of assets begin?
I'm still looking into exactly how that worked mechanically. The time that I really knew there was a problem was November 6th.
You were nervous the company was going to go under? You were nervous you were going to get caught?
That FTX is not going to be able to fill customer withdrawals.
What are your lawyers telling you right now? Are they suggesting this is a good idea for you to be speaking?
They are very much not.
The FTX story just keeps getting more insane. They didn't keep a record of who even worked at the company, that they had billions of dollars invested in things other than crypto, but somehow didn't keep records of those investments either. And my personal favorite, that FTX loaned $1 billion to their CEO, Sam Bankman-Fried, for personal use.
93 million Nigerians will go to the polls in February in a vote that is being closely watched in the region and abroad. Political instability and insurgency continues to plague the West African nation. There have been attacks on electoral commission offices, and ensuring there is no further election-related violence is a priority. And for those prepared to go to the polls despite the risk, knowing which candidates can be believed is difficult. Reports have emerged that Nigerian lobbyists and political parties are using social media to spread lies and misinformation. Usman tells us more.
With just few weeks to the general election in Nigeria, about 80 million social media users have been playing a huge as well as significant role in national debates, particularly related to political campaigns across the country. Political parties as well as politicians have consistently been using different tactics, if you like, strategies to disseminate fake news in a bid to rally supporters online. Several rights groups and whistleblowers have been accusing the Nigerian politicians for paying huge amounts of money in bribe to social media influencers to spread provocative information against their rivals. The pattern used by politicians to bribe social media influencers in exchange for hate speech or false political posts have become widespread, and many are concerned that this serious issue could deepen the already polarized nation. Well, from some of the recent posts on social media about the two major political candidates or presidential candidates, that is the APC All Progressive Congress candidate, who is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and the PDP's candidate, that is the People's Democratic Party, whose former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, have become a major talking point, and that is their health issue. Now, in 2010, we know that former President Umaru Yar'Adua died in office after a long illness, while current President Muhammad Buhari spent months away for treatment during his first time in office. Well, for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, according to accusations, many have consistently claimed that he is physically unfit to rule the nation, but he dispelled the rumors online, saying that this is the reality. He is strong and he is healthy and he is ready to serve Nigerians from day one. Also, the PDP's candidate, the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, has been accused of not disclosing his illness and had been flown to the United Kingdom for medical treatment. However, Atiku reacted to the speculations by posting a series of photos online, that is on Twitter. This is a major concern that could threaten the credibility of the scheduled election in February as well as in March, despite efforts by government agencies as well as lawmakers to tackle the issue across the country.
So if 2022 was a year of quiet quitting, early retirement and resignations, just 3 weeks into the new year and a new trend is gaining traction: rage applying. Mostly popular with the younger set, it's about those who are unhappy at work, looking for more satisfying positions and quick. TikTok has made the concept sound funny, but it is a real thing, and some have reaped the benefits. Let's bring you up to speed.
Rage applying is the new quiet quitting. It's when you apply for a job that'll pay you more.
What's wrong with that? You're just using the word rage to make it sound bad.
Employees aren't clocking out to go to the bathroom in a new trend called Satan.
People are allowed to apply to other jobs.
Oh no, you're right. You owe your undying loyalty to the company that's underpaying you because they let you have a potluck last week.
I say click submit on as many LinkedIn applications as you want. No one's reading them anyway.
I swear to God, we're gonna see articles in the future like young people aren't volunteering for the Hunger Games anymore thanks to a terrifying new TikTok phenomenon called wanting to live.
Zero?
Here's my resignation. Oh God, and why is this? Well, when you passed me again for that promotion, I just rage applied to like 30 different roles and was able to land one that pays $35,000 more. Rage apply. Yeah, you ticked me off, and honestly, it was the kick I needed to start looking for much better jobs, and thank God I found
So
one.
it's what, another quiet quitting thing?
Yeah, the media's making it out to be something, but really it's just finding a better job, which is something that we all should be doing.
All right, what if I gave you a 10K bump?
Huh? How's that?
Yeah, I don't think so, boss.
And if you're looking for a new job, how about this? It involves traveling on a private jet, possibly catching up on Netflix, and taking home up to $385,000 a year. Sounds pretty good, right? Streaming giant Netflix is looking for a flight attendant to join what it calls its dream crew on one of its private jets. It's asking for discretion, independent judgment, and outstanding skills. Pretty surreal and doable, but this luxury post comes just after Netflix slashed hundreds of jobs. Leaves a bit of a sour taste, huh? And that's our show. Find us on YouTube and do subscribe to our channel. See you same time tomorrow.